Can I have a motion to enter public session, please? Mr. Tomio, second by Mr. Mamalito. All in favor? 5-0. Can we please stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we are going straight to Mrs. Laughlin for the budget update.
You have the clicker? It's on your table. I'm sorry. So we're going to briefly go through, or quickly go through, the budget adoption presentation. It is pretty much a similar presentation that we gave last week with a very minor tweak as per guidance the board gave us at the meeting. Is it in presentation mode?
You want it this way? This is the budget?
Yeah,
PDF format?
It's a presentation mode.
Okay.
Yep, thank you. So again, it's a three-component budget, administrative capital program. We'll continue to go through this also at the budget hearing. Total proposed budget, $61,606,082. It is a 2.11% budget-to-budget increase. Administration is everything overseeing the administration of the buildings, district office, benefits as it relates, the Board of Education supplies, the budget vote, all of those type of items. Capital is everything for maintenance and operations of buildings and grounds, our debt service, as well as security costs. And program is everything else as it relates to the actual programs that we're teaching to our children, transportation services, the athletic department, music department, all are within the program portion of the budget. So again, an update, what we are doing in this budget, we're keeping class sizes at a desirable level. The EMS 9-period day, which is actually helping to lower class size in some of the grades as a result of the structure. One-to-one Chromebook, grades 6 through 10. AIS math support down at Harley Avenue for the first time, and we're continuing to evaluate security enhancements. So this is kind of where we're seeing the changes in the conversations that we've had the past few weeks at the board meetings. We have additional student support, a guidance counselor up at the high school, as well as a K-12 school psychologist, which will support all students. We have additional security guards added to all greeter stations in every building that we implemented about a month ago, and we are continuing that in the future year. And the other position which we have been graciously authorized to add is a security director of some sort. So the board asked us to add some money into the budget in order to have somebody employed by the district, potentially a shared position, part-time position, civil service. We're not too sure. Dr. Bossert and I are doing the research and trying to come up with various scenarios that other districts are doing so we can figure out what's best for Elwood. So that position will be an employee for us who will manage all of security, which is currently shared between myself, Mr. Tranquino, and Mr. McDonald. So it will be a one-point person. All the security supervisor from Wisdom would be reporting to that individual instead of the three of us. And it's going to kind of just help strengthen our security that we have currently in place. So how are we doing that? The levy limit is 4.21% for the Elwood School District. Our proposed levy increase is 2.724%. The state aid, we did see a decrease because our building aid has aged out. It's a 15-year payment. We are now hitting year 16, so a lot of that is falling off the books. We did see an increase in state aid from the governor's proposal till now, which is allowing us to add some of these enhancements to our budget. The miscellaneous monies, tuition, interest, some refunds of prior year expenditures we always get. Fund balance allocation. Now this is where we're seeing this shift from last week to this week. The $100,000 in the expenditure increase is now being seen with the fund balance allocation. We are, instead of doing 1.15 million allocation, we're doing 1.25, which again was our original proposal early March. State aids came back $100,000 more. We reduced it again We've been authorized to add another position to the budget, so we increased it again. So that's kind of where we're playing with the money in order to not have an impact on our taxpayers. And then the ERS reserve, the employee retirement system, that's all non-instructional staff that we have to contribute for their pension system. We're going to use the reserve to pay for the exact expense that's on the other side of the budget. So again, the final budget being recommended this evening for approval is $61,606,082. The proposed levy is 2.72%, well within the 4.21% limit. This is the property tax report card, very hard to see, I apologize, but it's SED's form, and they keep adding to it. So what it is doing is we have to report this within 24 hours of budget adoption, no later actually than close of business Monday. So we are out of time. Budget has got to get adopted and reported to the state. So it's just showing current year that we're working in, what the budget to budget is, what the levy information is, which is all the information we also reported to the controller back in February as to how to calculate our levy limit. The other part of the property tax report card, which is new, is the reserve funds. We have to now report all of our reserves, how much money's in the reserves currently as of March 31st this year, and what do we project the reserves to be at the end of the year. We then have to put an explanation if we plan to use reserves next year as to what we're using it for. So you'll see there's a new line on here for the capital reserve. We have to report to the state that we have the intention to create a capital reserve, but we put in the comment box, it's upon voter approval in May. We can't just create it, the voters have to approve it. If the voters don't approve it, it just goes away. I'm not too sure why we have to do it, but that's what they're telling us to do. So we have to put anything on there that we anticipate, so we're putting it out for a vote. They're telling us include it on here.
Okay.
So budget hearing, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m. here in the library. The annual budget vote, May 15th, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the middle school cafeteria. In addition, Dr. Bossert and I will begin our roadshow on Tuesday. We will be meeting, yeah, I looked at the calendar. We are meeting with every building, all the staff in each building, and we are coming to every single staff meeting within the next 2 weeks. We are meeting with the taxpayers on May 9th, I believe. It's a Wednesday night at the Elwood Library at 7 p.m. On May 10th, we have just confirmed Old Chester Hills at 8 p.m. That's at a private address, I don't know it off the top of my head. And we are willing to meet with anybody else. So in addition to the board meetings, we will be out in the public having meetings. We talked to PTA Council, proposed this draft budget to them already, and we'll also be coming to their meeting May 7th? First.
The only meeting is May 1st.
No, second.
May
It's
2nd.
a Tuesday.
It's definitively on our calendar.
It is on the calendar.
The second one, third comes.
Nope, you're right. It's a
So May 1st, we'll be meeting here in the library,
I have it on the
auditorium.
calendar.
auditorium.
Yep, at 7 p.m. Right?
The day after Junior Honors or something.
So there are plenty of opportunities for the public to come here, speak here about the budget. We will have a little bit more information as per the conversations we've had since January in the development of the budget and specifics as to what's included in it. From that, any questions from the board from what we've changed from last week to this week, or further questions from last week?
Questions, anyone? Thank you, Mrs. Thank you for allowing us. I mean, one of the main reasons why the board delayed this meeting and adoption was because we got the security assessment, and we really wanted to comb that over and make sure that we were attending to everything that we needed to based upon that assessment. So I appreciate your flexibility with that and the answers to a million questions from all of us during the week. So thanks for a great job, and thanks for your patience with us. We just felt it necessary to really correct.
Well, we appreciate the support from the board in adding that extra position, which we think is going to actually
Right, which was a
tighten
recommendation
our
in the,
controls.
in the
Right,
assessment.
so it's a big piece for us, besides Dr. Bossert and I being pleased to have it. Mr. Tranquino and Mr. McDonald were pleasantly surprised
It
as well.
frees you up to do the things that you should be doing at that time. appreciate that.
It is unfortunate that the role of directing security has risen to the need of needing a defined position, but I can attest to the fact that it has been a large percentage of time from several individuals within the district, appropriately so. But adding that position will be a very welcome addition should it meet with voter approval. I want to echo Carrie's words and thank the board for your due diligence and your support throughout the process. I think the board asked very informed and insightful questions. I think that we worked collaboratively, really beginning in October, to bring to conclusion what we will propose to the community tonight. I hope that it's met with great support. I think that we are proposing a really exceptional instructional program moving forward for our students in the district that speaks to many concerns that have been raised by both parents and members of the board. And I look forward to a successful result so that we can present an outstanding program for our students in the fall. So thank you for your support, and I look forward to finding the same from our community.
And it's back to you for your report if you have anything. There we go. Okay, we're up to our first resident remarks. Shall I read this spiel or? Okay, it's not done. Okay, so I think we should do, well, I'm sorry?
I have nothing to say.
Oh, okay. If anyone wants to, okay.
Give them the right home. Anybody want to talk about that?
Okay, so we'll vote on the consent agenda, which is financial matters and action items, budget transfers, adoption of the budget, approval of property tax report card. Motion by Mrs. Weiss, second by Mrs. Mamalito. Questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? 5-0. Thank you, board. Second resident remarks? Now I know you're holding on to the second one. Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Mrs. Mamalito, second by Mrs. Marcus, all in favor? Enthusiastic 5-0.
Anticipating your action. We can now put print on the budget.
That was risky, Bosser. That was risky.
No color in that one? More so, we can have eye contact on this one.
Thanks, everyone.